got some breaking news that Kilmar Abrego Garcia has been returned to the United States. I think this is coming directly on the heels of the migrant who was illegally deported to Mexico being returned. They just have no excuse for keeping him at this point, so they brought him back. But here's the kicker: they immediately charged him with a by way of a federal grand jury of smuggling. And this is all based on a traffic stop that happened back in April, where he was pulled over and apparently he didn't have his license in order. And I think they just let him go and said, hey, get your license straightened out. And that was that. But they're using that instance to say that he was smuggling, and I guess himself. And so, we already know that Pam Bondi said that there's no conceivable way that he's ever going to step foot on U.S. soil again. And so, that wasn't true, but I think the sentiment is still going to stand. I think she's absolutely going to try to find a way to get him back out of this country. In fact, they have said that the smuggling charge could have 10 years for every migrant he tried to smuggle into the country or whatever. It's all erroneous. It's all bullshit. But let's say he does get convicted of this. He could go to prison for 10 years. And then they said that upon completing his sentence, they would just deport him again immediately. So it's so sad. It's so sad. They just have a target on this guy's back, all because they made a mistake. They made a mistake. It's the narcissist. There's this movie called The Corporation, and it basically does a psychological evaluation of corporations, and it determines that corporations are psychopaths. The thing is, they're also narcissists. I personally had a situation where I had a former boss who was an extreme narcissist. And you know how they say if you punch a bully, then they'll leave you alone? If you punch a narcissist, they go harder. And that is what happened. Kilmar Abrego Garcia did nothing wrong. Somebody let it slip that they deported him. And excuse me, it's not even deporting, it's renditioning. They renditioned him wrongfully. And not only was that person fired, but now they just can't admit it. They just can't admit that they had made a mistake. It was wrong. They have to keep up the pretense that they have to go after this guy because he's some kind of gang member, which even if he was, doesn't warrant deportation. That's not a crime to be a gang member. So anyway, just keep your eyes on this. I'll give you more news as I get it. Thanks.